two-shot, it's getting smarter.
Hello and welcome to a special episode of the Two-Shot Factor. Trudeau sounds like a broken record. Part 26.
Away from plastic towards paper.
This series has gone on so long, it's not even allowed to go straight to DVD anymore. It goes straight to Molded Bartender's VHS collection. Oh! Trudeau, who is trying to enact the War Act, the Emergency Act. What's the difference again, Carlos?
Abide by this and
you understand that this isn't going against the law. It's using the War Act to go against the law.
It's not the War Act.
It's not the War Act. Well, it's because it's renamed.
The Emergency
right?
Act is
yeah,
different.
It's the same thing.
No, different.
Do you mind telling me how the two are different?
You'd have to ask your lawyer.
Okay.
So to be a little more specific, how did Trudeau actually explain himself in the House of Commons earlier? Let's run some clips, Carlos.
I've never seen such shameful and dishonorable remarks coming from this Prime Minister. My great-grandfather flew over 30 missions over Nazi Germany. My great-great-uncle's body lies at the bottom of the English Channel. There are members of this Conservative caucus who are the descendants of victims of the Holocaust. For the Prime Minister to accuse any colleague in this House of standing with the swastika is shameful. I'm giving the Prime Minister an opportunity. I'm calling on him to unreservedly apologize for this shameful remark.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, Canadians deserve their freedoms back. Mr. Speaker, these illegal blockades that have continued to interfere with people's livelihoods, to interfere with people's daily lives, have to interrupt the Honourable Prime Minister, sir.
He's not even remotely answering the questions. Oh, it's frustrating. For this, we're going to have to bring in an expert, a former psychiatrist of Trudeau's, who doesn't even like to admit that he did that. We're now joined via satellite by Dr. Schteintz. And would you take that ridiculous thing off your face?
Oh, sorry. Hi, Derek. I always enjoy my time here on the Two-Shot Factor.
I'm sorry, Dr. Schteintz. You're a pretty good doctor.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
We're here to talk about Justin Trudeau and his recent repeating of the same answer to virtually every question.
Yes, this is a technique used in the political industry known as being a total and complete asshole.
Yes, I've heard of this tactic. Very effective.
He used to before 2019 election, SNC-Lavalin scandal. Also, before his surprise emergency election, $610 million special.
Yeah, and then he was recently found hiding on a beach in Tofino by Optimus Prime. Carlos, can we...
Oh no, Optimus Prime, don't hurt me, I'm just a little bitch, I'm a little pussy,
That's right, I am Autobot leader, Optimus Prime.
Oh yes, Optimus Prime, my second favorite Autobot.
Really? Second favorite? Who's your favorite?
Grimlock.
Grimlock, okay.
I love the Xenobots.
Now then, he refused to meet truckers still, after apparently catching COVID.
All fake and made up.
Then he invokes the Emergency Act, formerly known as the War Act.
His father must be spinning in his grave, and also pooping.
And now he's being called out by truckers for his slander of them, calling them Nazis and terrorists. And then he has to face the hard questions in the House of Commons, which he can't even answer like a normal human.
But he is not human. His mother is a hooker, and somewhere the bloodline was lost. He turned into some kind of mutant muggle.
Jesus.
But Justin is also an alcoholic. One who sits in a closet much of the day, crying and stuttering, watching videos of R. Kelly and Tom Cruise.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Actually, Carlos, can we please see a quick clip of Justin trying desperately to tell the truth? Thank you.
People have been interrupted in their daily lives, have been made to feel fearful, have been made to miss shifts at their work.
Well, you can hear the hesitation in his voice. He's like a Russian hoodlum who got caught trying to steal some shoes. In fact, Carlos, didn't Trudeau have a friend coming to see him the other day with some self-help books on how to speak more smoothly without lying so much? I'm on my way to hell, Justin. Oh, yeah, for that truck, and there's another problem.
Wow, not cool.
Yeah, I gotta have a commercial break now anyway.
Okay, thank you, Two Shot, for having me here. I must go home now and drink a vodka.
You're a champion, buddy.
Champion.
The measures put forward in this Emergencies Act are proportional, are responsible, and quite frankly, are completely folded within the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. The steps that we are taking are important and measured to restore order and freedoms to Canadians in this country. That is exactly what we are doing.
Well, member for Sturgeon River, Parkland.
Mr. Speaker, the lack of an apology from that Prime Minister speaks volumes. I have given this Prime Minister an opportunity to retract a shameful remark where he would accuse any honorable member of this House to stand with a swastika. As I said before, we have colleagues who are the descendants of victims of the Holocaust. I'm giving the Prime Minister one more chance. Will he apologize to all members of this House?
That's the right honorable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, even as the members of the Conservative Party are calling to us to take more action over the past 2 weeks on this, they continued to stand with and encourage these illegal blockades.
Oh my God, Trudeau. Oh no, he's broken. Somebody broke him. He's like a toy. He's like a wind-up doll. Like Nelson, he's trying to like backwards. It's not working.
Mr. Speaker, Canadians are watching carefully and see exactly where the Conservative politicians who've stood with those blockades are standing. We will stand on the side of Canadians who deserve their lives back, who deserve their livelihoods back.
He's like one of those telemarketers when your phone gets cut off and they speak kind of French or Punjabi or something and you're trying to talk to him. Oh, it's not going to work. Please, your supervisor. Who's Trudeau's supervisor? That's the truckers now. Where's new supervisors, bitch? All right, now in other news, that no good cheap figure skater is at it again. Trying to be cool and not abide by the rules. Probably never learned a lot in school. She needs to be bitch slapped by Ja Rule. Doping has long been an issue, not just in the Olympics, but with a Russian Olympic Committee. Is that what they're called? I actually had that part written down too. It says look to the left and yeah, whatever. Nobody's watching anymore. They should be. It's figure skating. Idiots. They aren't Russia anymore because of doping, and now again, we have a dope scandal on our hands. Figure skater Kamila Valieva. Okay. She was already found positive earlier in the Olympics, but is still being allowed to skate in the singles event and is leading currently after the short program. She's the first woman ever to successfully do a quad, and that alone is a huge part of her success. They are claiming she has the drug in her because her grandpa takes it. She's eaten his soup and grandpa his cough syrup and his tea.
No.
I mean, give me a break. This sounds like the kind of trickery that would be performed by a Punjabi landlord.
Also today in the Two Shot Factor, we have some special news.
Well, the free skate is complete and it looks like the Russian girl fell down and didn't finish in the top 3. Oh well.
Hey, can you hit the like button a bit? Thanks. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Member for Sturgeon River, Parkland.
My apologies, Mr. Speaker. I didn't write these out. But the fact is, I don't know how any member of the government caucus can stand by this Prime Minister when he accuses honorable members of this House of standing with a swastika. I'm calling on all members of the Liberal caucus to denounce the Prime Minister. I have given him 2 chances to apologize. He has refused to apologize. Mr. Prime Minister, apologize.
These illegal blockades have been going on in Ottawa for 20 days now. People have been interrupted in their daily lives, have been made to feel fearful, have been made to miss shifts at their work across southern Ontario. These are things that cannot be stood for, which is why we're moving forward with a responsible set of measures to allow the local police jurisdiction to do their jobs. We continue to defend defend freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, as long as it's peaceful and legal, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member, l'honorable député de Lac-Saint-Louis.
I'm gonna need you to subscribe because I need like some food. Can you send me some food or something? You know, my underwear right now is very pungent and vinegary. Would you like to smell?
Yes, I would. It smells strange and unusual. I wish I had some vodka right now.
Okay, here we are in my bedroom. We've left the studio, and I was gonna read off my laptop, but it's charging right now. In fact, it looks really cheap. We don't have lighting here. Let's go to black and white. Oh yeah, nobody knows the truth. Comments. Angie Reed, what's worse than her taking the drug is they are insulting our intelligence. Yeah, let's get Rick Wegert. Wegert. Russia is already banned from the Olympics, so they make a special class, and it sounds like they're just as corrupt as the Olympics are giving them another pass. They should be banned until they can all test clean after sitting out a couple of Olympics. I feel so bad for these people. Some of them are great athletes, but unfortunately their country's stupid. She was probably doping at the time and used grandpa's urine. Jesus, gross. There's so many things about that sound weird. Carolee Hushka, yeah, she took the drug either knowing or not whether it was illegal or legal, and then took the other two meds to try to cover it up and making the Olympic people think she has a heart condition. It was all a cover-up taking the other two meds. This is so wrong on all levels of being able to compete, and so unfair to the honest athletes to be possibly stripped of a medal spot and not have an award ceremony. This is nasty. She is top tier. All right, we're just gonna like do the Olympics, the most prestigious events in the world. We're just gonna go out there and skate and not have an award ceremony. We'll just secretly give the medals, and that one did drugs. Well, you can have a medal too, maybe. Maybe you don't get one. I don't know. Oh, this is so disorganized. China's supposed to be strict, and now they're pulling this crap. Gee, I wonder if Russia has some involvement behind the scenes. Putin and Jing Shi. Oh man. So is everyone else going to be able to compete regardless if they test positive, or is it just her? Man, this is one of the weirdest things since that badminton scandal back in 2012 when the Koreans threw the game or something.
Watch this. China lets it drop, and South Korea follows up by serving it way outside the line. An Indonesian team followed suit by tanking, and the South Korean head coach admitted the Chinese started this, so we did the same.
How do you mistake your medication with someone else's? Did you ever see Seinfeld? All right, that's great enough. All right, we can do some more later, but we gotta go.
This episode of the Two Shot Factor is brought to you by Zuckerberg Toast Crunch. Every yummy bite fills you with reptilian goodness.
I'm dying.